My name is Megan Cole. I'm 29 years old, and I'm about to tell you the story of how my family took the only creature who ever loved me and threw him away like garbage. I was 22 years old when I adopted Max. I had just graduated from college, I had no job, I had no money, I had no direction. I was walking home from a job interview when I saw him. He was tied to a lamppost outside a shelter. He had a sign around his neck that said, "Free to a good home. Name is Max. Golden Retriever mix. 2 years old. Very friendly. Needs love." He was the most beautiful dog I had ever seen. He had golden fur. He had brown eyes. He had a tail that wouldn't stop wagging. He looked at me like I was the answer to a question he had been asking his whole life. I didn't have a job. I didn't have my own place. I lived with my parents. I had no money. I had nothing. But I knew I couldn't leave him there. I called the number on the sign. A woman answered. She said, "You want him? He's yours. Just take him. I can't afford to feed him anymore. He needs a home." I took him. I walked home with him. He was the best thing that ever happened to me. My parents were not happy. My mother said, "Megan, you can't just bring a dog home. You don't have a job. You don't have your own place. You can't take care of a dog." My father said, "We don't want a dog in the house. They're messy. They're loud. They're too much work." I said, "Mom, Dad, I'll take care of him. I'll feed him. I'll walk him. I'll clean up after him. He won't be any trouble. I promise." My mother said, "We'll see. We'll give it a try. But if he causes any trouble, he has to go." I promised them he wouldn't cause any trouble. I promised them he would be the best dog they had ever seen. And he was. He was the best dog. He was loyal, he was loving, he was gentle. He never barked, he never chewed anything, he never caused any trouble. He was the only family I had. He was the only one who loved me unconditionally. I got a job. It was a small job. It was at a coffee shop. It paid $12 an hour. It wasn't much, but it was something. I worked 40 hours a week. I left at 6 in the morning. I came home at 6 at night. Max was always there. He was always waiting for me at the door. He was always wagging his tail. He was always happy to see me. My mother said, "Megan, you need to do something about that dog. He's always barking. He's always whining. He's always looking at the door waiting for you to come home. It's annoying." I said, "Mom, he's just a dog. He loves me. He misses me. It's not his fault." She said, "Well, I'm tired of it. You need to do something about it." My father said, "Megan, we're tired of the dog. He's too much trouble. You need to get rid of him." I said, "Dad, I can't get rid of him. He's the only family I have. He's the only one who loves me." They didn't say anything. They just looked at me. They looked at me like I was the problem, like Max was the problem, like everything was my fault. I was at work. It was a Tuesday. It was raining. I was tired. I was stressed. I was working a double shift. I got a call from my mother. She said, "Megan, we need to talk. Your father and I have decided. The dog has to go. We can't handle him anymore. We've taken him to the shelter." I said, "What? Mom, what are you talking about? You can't take him to the shelter. He's my dog. He's my family. You can't do that." My mother said, "Megan, we've made our decision. He was too much trouble. He was barking too much. He was whining too much. He was too much work. We did what was best for the family." I said, "Mom, please, please tell me where you took him. Please tell me so I can go get him." My mother said, "We took him to the city shelter. It's too late. He's already been processed. You can't get him back. It's over." I dropped the phone. I started crying. I couldn't stop. I cried for 20 minutes. I cried until I couldn't breathe. I left work. I drove to the shelter. I ran inside. I said, "I'm looking for my dog. His name is Max. He was brought here today. I need to find him." The woman at the front desk looked at me. She said, "We don't have a dog named Max. We had a golden retriever that was brought in this morning. He was adopted 2 hours ago." I said, "Who adopted him?" She said, "We can't release that information. It's confidential." I fell to the floor. I couldn't stop crying. I had lost everything. I had lost the only creature who ever loved me. I stopped talking to my parents. I stopped coming home. I stopped calling. I stopped everything. I moved out of their house. I moved into a small apartment. I got a better job. I started a new life. But I never forgot Max. I thought about him every day. I wondered where he was. I wondered if he was happy. I wondered if he ever missed me. I never adopted another dog. I couldn't. It felt like a betrayal. It felt like I was replacing him. I was 29 years old when I got the call. It was from a vet clinic. The receptionist said, "We have a message for you. A message from a woman named Dr. Patricia Williams. She's been trying to reach you for years. She says it's important." I called Dr. Williams. She said, "Megan, I have something for you. Something I've been keeping for years. It's a video. It's a video of Max at the shelter the day he was brought in." I said, "What? How do you have a video?" She said, "I was the vet on duty that day. The shelter had cameras. They caught everything on tape. When I saw the video, I knew I had to keep it. I knew someone needed to see it. I didn't know who. I didn't know how to find you. But I kept it. I kept it for 7 years." She sent me the video. I watched it. I watched it alone in my apartment. I cried. I couldn't stop crying. The video was grainy. It was from a security camera. It was black and white. But I could see everything. My mother walked into the shelter. She was holding Max's leash. Max was wagging his tail. He was happy. He didn't know what was happening. My mother walked up to the front desk. She said, "We need to surrender this dog. He's too much trouble. We can't handle him anymore." The woman at the desk said, "What's his name?" My mother said, "Max. He's a golden retriever. He's 3 years old. He's very friendly. We just can't keep him anymore." The woman said, "Do you have any medical records for him?" My mother said, "No, he's not a good dog. He's really not. He's aggressive. He bites. He attacked my daughter. That's why we're surrendering him. He's dangerous." The woman said, "We'll have to put him down. We don't adopt out aggressive dogs." My mother said, "That's fine. Whatever you need to do." The woman looked at Max. Max was still wagging his tail. He didn't know. He didn't understand. He was just happy to be there. The woman said, "Ma'am, are you sure? This dog doesn't look aggressive to me." My mother said, "He's aggressive. He bites. We can't keep him anymore. Just do what you need to do." She left. She left Max there. She walked out the door. She didn't look back. She didn't say goodbye. She just left him. I found out what happened to Max. I found out who adopted him. It was a family with kids. They had fallen in love with him the moment they saw him. I reached out to them. I said, "I'm the original owner. I just want to know if he's okay. I just want to know if he's happy." They said, "He's happy. He's healthy. He's loved. He sleeps in our bed every night. He plays with the kids every day. He's the best dog we've ever had." I was relieved. I was grateful. I was happy. But I was also angry. I was angry at my mother. I was angry at my father. I was angry at what they had done. I went to my mother's house. I had the video on my phone. I played it for her. I made her watch it. "Mom," I said, "do you remember this? Do you remember taking Max to the shelter? Do you remember telling them he was aggressive? Do you remember telling them he bit people? Do you remember telling them he was dangerous?" My mother said, "Megan, that was a long time ago. I don't remember exactly. I was trying to help. I was trying to protect the family." I said, "Mom, you lied. You lied to the shelter. You lied to me. You lied to everyone. You made them think Max was dangerous so they would put him down. You knew exactly what you were doing. My mother said, "Megan, you're being dramatic. It was just a dog. It wasn't a big deal. You need to get over it." I said, "Mom, Max was the only family I had. Max was the only one who loved me. Max was the only creature who ever cared about me. And you took him from me. You threw him away like garbage. You didn't even care." My mother said, "Megan, it was for the best. You needed to move on. You needed to grow up. You couldn't live with a dog forever. It was better this way." I said, "Mom, you are the reason I don't trust anyone. You are the reason I don't love anyone. You are the reason I am alone. You took everything from me. You took my dog. You took my childhood. You took my happiness. And you don't even care." My mother said, "Megan, you can't hold a grudge forever. You need to forgive. You need to move on. You need to let go of the past." I said, "Mom, I'm never going to forgive you. I'm never going to forget. I'm never going to let go. You took the only thing that ever mattered to me, and I will never, ever forgive you." I moved away. I moved to a different city. I started a new life. I found a new career. I found new friends. I found new people who loved me. I never talked to my mother again. I never talked to my father again. I never talked to anyone in my family again. My mother called me once. She said, "Megan, it's Christmas. We want you to come home. We want to spend the holidays together." I said, "Mom, I don't have a home. I haven't had a home since you took Max to the shelter, and I'm never coming back." She said, "Megan, you're breaking my heart. You're breaking the family. You need to come home." I said, "Mom, you broke my heart. You broke it when you took my dog. You broke it when you lied to everyone. You broke it when you didn't care. And I'm never coming back." I adopted a new dog. It was a golden retriever puppy. He looked exactly like Max. He had golden fur. He had brown eyes. He had a tail that never stopped wagging. I named him Max Jr. I was going to make it right. I was going to give him everything I couldn't give Max. I was going to make sure he knew he was loved. He was the best decision I ever made. He saved me. He showed me that love was still possible. He showed me that I could still love and be loved. If you've ever lost something you loved because your family didn't care, I want you to hear something. You didn't do anything wrong. You didn't deserve what happened. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to have the things that matter to you. My name is Megan Cole. I'm 29 years old. I lost my dog because my family didn't care. And I'm still here. I'm still standing. I'm still loving. If this story made you feel something, drop a comment below. Tell me the word that describes what you feel. Share this video with someone who needs to hear they're not alone. Subscribe for more stories like this. Thank you for listening to mine.